What is up, everybody? I'm Zach Pfeiffer, and this is your recap of episode 10 of Survivor 45, How Am I the Mobster? I really liked this episode. I thought it was some great television. I thought finally we got to see an episode where people were like strategizing and we could see it being fleshed out, and I felt like the 90 minutes were used really well. That's how I feel. On the flip side, when I get logical and think about the episode, I think it was a terrible move for anyone that's not in the Reba 4. Emily made this move against Bruce, and ultimately I think that it was a really big mistake on her part. I think she should have probably gone with the Julie vote. Like, they should have kind of rallied and done that. Same for Katurah, same for Jake. I know that Bruce was playing a really sloppy game, and socially and strategically he was just kind of all over the place, but like, you want to sit against someone like that at the end of the game. Like, if I was sitting against Bruce at the end, I'd be like, guys, come on. So, yeah, interesting. But let's dive into the episode. You know, what? Kendra left last week, and everyone is just kind of like, you know, how did the episode start? All right, yeah, okay, yeah. So it starts off with like this like really interesting moment with Bruce and Katurah, and we're really setting up like this to be the tail end of the confrontation between the two of them that we've seen the entire season. It's been Katurah's like entire arc. So Bruce is like, yo, I lost my idol when Kelly went out because I thought there was a knowledge of power in Kelly and my idol. And I was sitting on my couch being like, oh my God, this is how Bruce goes home. And then he was immediately after like, just kidding, that was a lie. Could you tell? And Katurah was like, no, not at all. And so like, this is Bruce's plan, is to like pretend that his idol's not in the game so that he can like get them all to vote up for him and then like swing something, I guess, to get one of the Repas out. Like, it's a really convoluted plan because they're voting for you regardless, bro. So I'm not quite sure what he was going for there, but this like rumor starts getting spread. Katurah's kind of, as we see at the reward, is kind of like, it's bullshit. And then tells Jake believes it. Jake believes it. And then Jake tells Drew, and Drew's like, oh my God, amazing. So we go to the challenge, and it's a really simple challenge that is just like a long way to get to the table maze. And Emily wins, and it's really beautiful because it really kicks off the like emotional episode that we have in store. I cried a lot. And to see Emily like win is really exciting for her. Like, she didn't think she could do it, and she said how she felt, and it was really beautiful to watch. And then we get the letters from home moment. So she brings all the ladies. We have ladies night with Julie and Dee and Katurah and Emily, and they have this really nice moment at the thing, and they start talking about Bruce, and then Katurah's like, oh yeah, this is a lie, and so they all know that's a lie. And then they start reading their letters, and it's just like really sweet. And I love the family visits. I love the letters from home. I like am such a sucker for them. I think they're such like a really endearing part of the game because it really motivates people to the end, and sometimes it like really distracts people. But it's always beautiful to see these people as people and not just players in a game. Yeah, beautiful. Especially Katurah's story. I think Julie as like being honest and struggling with this in the game is like really beautiful too, to have that tether back to home. Yeah, just really well done. And I hate that I loved the clash between like the men boys night and the girls night, and like them doing like Top Gun music. Well done production. 90 minutes, thank you. But yeah, so the target seems to be Bruce or Jake, and we're kind of talking about that, and Bruce has this idea to go for Julie, and immunity is going to decide everything. Jake and Bruce, for the plan to work, cannot get an idol, like the necklace, because otherwise something crazy might happen. And we do this like new, I don't know if they've done this challenge before. They're like holding backwards these pegs over water. Yeah, I've seen versions of it before, but I don't remember this one before. But Katurah has like this really surprising like anxiety attack about the water, and I think a lot of things, exhaustion, this far being in the game, but like she really can't get a lid on it, and she, you know, doesn't fall in the water. She like kind of bows out. Ultimately, Austin wins against Bruce, and thank God. But yeah, Jeff has this moment similar to like Serene in Game Changers when she's trying to go across that like balance beam. I think it was Game Changers. Yeah, and just is like, do you want to try to swim to the boat like everyone else? Like, you don't have to, you can get a boat, but do you want to do this? And she did, and it was really beautiful. I feel like it was a little bit forced, but, you know, great to see people overcoming their obstacles. So the next deciding factor is like, Katurah is like pushing to have the majority votes on Bruce in case he doesn't play the idol, but everyone's like, he's going to play his idol. He's going to play his idol. And it's like ringing very Micronesia, like with Eric and the necklace. But Emily works her magic, and Emily is like, I'm with you for Julie. I think this is a great plan. We're all for Julie. Let's vote for Julie. And like, sing her another day. And it works. The votes end up being 1 Julie, 3 Jake, and 4 Bruce, and Bruce goes home with an idol in his pocket. How embarrassing. But really, for this plan to work, I think Emily was like, very central to this. I think Katurah played a major part in this, and the Reba 4 just kind of let it happen. But like, they wanted him out as well. And so like, ultimately, like, this is just not good for Emily, I think, ultimately. Emily should be separating herself from this Reba 4, and she's like banking on the fact that the 4 of them will start eating each other alive and need Emily as a vote. But who says they're not going to do that before? Like, I don't know. It's definitely not a foolproof plan. And now she's made a big move, and she's like going to be credited for this by everyone, I think. And then that puts a target on her back as this like really huge underdog that's starting to make big moves. And now I think the target's going to shift to her very quickly and keep the Reba 4 united to get out another threat in the game. Next week, I feel like we will really start seeing the Reba 4 start questioning their integrity to each other. Sorry. You can go down to here. Hi. All right, final 7. We got one more episode and then the finale, and I'm very excited. I wonder who you all think's gonna win. I still think Dee has the clearest shot, unless she is exposed. But I think at this point, Austin might play an idol for her if she's ever vulnerable. I think Drew is up in the air right now. I think if Drew can get to the end, I think he can be like a pretty good, like I was the brains of this organization. But I'm worried about Drew. I think he might be one of the first Reba to go if that happens. Emily, I'm worried about for sure. I think Katurah and Jake might actually be a little bit more hidden next week. Either obvious votes that could go for either of them, so I wouldn't be surprised if either of them go. But I'd be kind of shocked if the target's fall on them. I think it's gonna go probably Drew or Emily. I think Julie maybe. I don't know. It could be anyone, but I'm gonna say Drew goes home next week. Yeah, I can't wait. We're really getting to the end of the season, and we're gonna have a winner soon. Like maybe like 2 weeks from now. I can't wait. I love Survivor, y'all. Hopefully next time I film a video, I won't have pink eye. Love it. Love you very much, y'all. Happy Survivor. Mwah.